Is there something wrong with your vision? Is your hearing muffled? The poison will soon take everything from you. This is your punishment, intruder. You will suffer for 24 hours, and then you will go to hell. Hello and welcome to One Piece 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the One Piece world. Today, we are taking a look at the former Chief Warden of Impel Down, Magellan. Magellan is a rather large and serious-looking man with a very mandrill-like face, who served as the chief warden of the underwater prison Impel Down. Extraordinarily little is known about Magellan's past, except that he has been affiliated with Impel Down for at least 22 years. During this time, Magellan was present for the escape of Golden Lion Shiki, as well as fought and incarcerated his colleague Shiryu of the Rain for killing prisoners for pleasure. And it should be noted that as Chief Warden, Magellan himself does have authority to kill prisoners whenever he sees fit. However, Magellan's logic for invoking this power is rooted in maintaining security and order within the facility. Magellan was first introduced into the series when Boa Hancock and Luffy concocted a sneaky plan to free Port Gas-D Ace from Impel Down. Using her position as a warlord of the sea, Hancock snuck Luffy into the prison under the guise of wishing to speak to Ace herself prior to his execution. And it would be Magellan himself who personally escorted Boa Hancock to Ace's cell on level 6 of the prison. Shortly after this, Magellan was notified of Luffy's presence within Impel Down and quickly moved to level 4 in order to intercept him. The resulting conflict ended in utter defeat for Luffy, primarily owing to Magellan's incredibly powerful Devil Fruit. Magellan ate the Doku Doku no Mi, a Paramecia-type Devil Fruit that allows the user to generate and manipulate poison. Magellan is able to control the strength of these poisons as he sees fit. For example, he could use his power as more of an irritant to punish prisoners or subordinates, but he is also entirely capable of conjuring a lethal dose, capable of killing, well, quite possibly anybody in the entire One Piece world, should they ingest it. Furthermore, Magellan is able to control the delivery of this poison in regards to whether it is liquid or airborne. Another advantage of the Doku Doku no Mi is that his control over poison essentially grants Magellan the immunity to most other external poisons. As a result of this, one of Magellan's greatest pleasures in the world is consuming poisoned cuisine. However, his Devil Fruit does not grant him full immunity, as afterwards Magellan needs to spend up to 10 hours each day on the toilet dealing with diarrhea. Add to that the 8 hours he needs to sleep, and that means that he is only able to act for a total of 4 hours per day. However, during that time, he is one of the most dangerous people on the planet. So with all of this in mind, Luffy never stood a chance in this initial engagement, and after being subdued with a lethal dose of poison, Magellan ordered the guards to throw him into level 5, despite the fact that he would die shortly after. And after giving that order, Magellan did what Magellan does best and adjourned to the toilet. After successfully handing over Port Gas-D Ace to the Marines, Magellan would soon face an unprecedented three-pronged attack on the prison. Firstly, Luffy, who had obviously survived, was now leading a large escape force to break out of the prison on level 4. Meanwhile, Buggy the Clown and Mr. 3 were conducting their own riot on level 2, and to top everything off, the Blackbeard pirates had broken into the prison from the outside. Now, Magellan is pretty damn powerful, but he is not able to be everywhere at once. Therefore, to deal with this chaos, Magellan visited the cell of his former colleague Shiryu and offered to delay his death penalty in exchange for his assistance in dealing with these attacks. And this would go down as one of the worst decisions ever made in One Piece, as Shiryu immediately betrayed his word and began causing his own special brand of chaos within Impel Down. Magellan himself would then come into contact with the Blackbeard pirates and proceeded to poison them all pretty much instantly, before moving on to pursue Luffy's group. After defeating both Emporio Ivankov and Inazuma, Magellan finally caught up with Luffy, and the two began a second bout. Except this time, Luffy was fighting alongside Galdino, who had the power of a wax Paramecia fruit able to block Magellan's poison. With this said, the best Luffy and Galdino could manage was to briefly stall Magellan, while other members of the escape party acquired a marine battleship from outside of the prison. In the end, Magellan was unable to prevent the one and only mass breakout of Impel Down, allowing a total of 241 prisoners to flee from his grasp. In addition to that, he'd also failed to kill the Blackbeard pirates, who were saved by Shiryu, and after acquiring a handful of level 6 prisoners, proceeded to defeat Magellan, leaving him in a near-death state. Luckily for him, Magellan would survive the attack. However, as a result of being unable to prevent the worst incident in the history of Impel Down, he was demoted to Vice Warden. Some more fun facts about Magellan. In addition to his other weird quirks, it is heavily hinted that Magellan suffers from agoraphobia, an anxiety that can cause people to be afraid of leaving their homes, which makes sense for a character who never leaves his comfortable dark prison. Quite curiously, in the manga it was Shiryu who suggested to help Magellan during the chaos of Impel Down. However, for whatever reason in the anime, it was Magellan who decided to ask Shiryu. As it turns out, Magellan's horns and wings are actually ornamental in nature, causing him to resemble a demonic-like being. This is probably a rollover from Oda's original design concept for Magellan, which depicted him as more of a guardian of hell than a prison warden. And finally, a truly useless fact. In the anime, the prisoners of level 6 like to call Magellan Geri Yaro, which literally translated means something along the lines of diarrhea rascal, or more colloquially, shitty bastard. And that about does it for Magellan. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to like, favorite, or subscribe, and please do comment with who, what, or where you'd like to see featured in the next One Piece 101.